Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're all having a wonderful day or have had a wonderful day. It's Matt and Dan, and this is Coffee and Questions. What'd you do? What happened?
I started the music again after it was already done.
I didn't hear it that time because I actually remembered to mute all of my tabs that time.
There you go.
Last week was a rough one, but I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Like I said, this is Coffee and Questions. I'm Matt. I'm the community manager here. And this is Dan. He's a senior project educator. Your title's not easy to say, Dan. Senior product
educator. That is senior product educator. Yeah, senior product educator. It is kind of tough.
See, I'm going to call you the SPE. SPE. So this is Coffee and Questions, where we answer most of your live stream questions around Switcher or not around Switcher. Dan and I have a lot of experience doing live streams, so we want to share our knowledge with you and hopefully help you make better live streams. Dan, did you have a good weekend?
I did. I was telling Matt earlier before we went live. I'm currently in quarantine from a COVID exposure, so I spent a lot of time in my basement and in a bedroom. But no COVID yet, so hopefully it stays like that.
And something to keep you occupied. I'm sorry to hear that.
Matt's been trying to get me to watch The Mandalorian for a while. So.
Oh my gosh, have you not watched it yet? So we've talked about it so many times.
I watched a couple episodes. Could have watched a little bit more.
Or you've got time now.
I'll keep going. Don't worry. It's really good.
Live stream's over. We're done.
Let's live stream. That's a good idea. We'll just live stream watching The Mandalorian, and
we'll
just answer questions as they come in.
Disney won't care, that's for sure. Hey, if you're just joining us, please ask your questions. We're not here to talk about Mandalorian or Dan's weekend or my weekend. I had a good weekend.
Let's hear that.
It was my anniversary yesterday. My wife and my anniversary, 18 years.
Congratulations. So that's amazing.
Our marriage is as old as a full-fledged adult, basically. So
there you go.
It's good. And I had my first game of the new season in hockey last night, and it went well. Overall,
I thought about scraping some of the videos off your Instagram post and bring them in here for.
I could have just sent them to you. It's more of like I watched them. My wife was there, and I was like, I need to not stand up so straight. I'm just kind of like a slidey. I just kind of glide on the ice. Need to move more. See, David gets it. Watch Mando.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. I watched a few, like I said.
You might have to start over. They're so good. Okay, let's see here.
I do see some questions coming in, so we can definitely.
Yeah, I see some over here on YouTube. Everyone, thanks for your questions. Keep them coming. Dan and I will do this for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how many questions you have. So, Semi-Pro Live over here on YouTube is asking, is the countdown clock a feature? We've kind of talked about this one a couple times, but do you want to show where you?
Yeah, it's kind of in a weird spot, but that is something you can completely control in Switcher Studio. Let's go over to this little bad boy, my secondary device. Ask the menu, so plus icon, and you're going to want to go to card over here. And down here, there's some live selling samples. That's where they are right now. If you scroll all the way down, keep going, you'll see these countdown timers here. And these can all be adjusted. So, there's a 1, 3, 5, 10 minutes. But I can come in to, say, this 1 minute, move it around screen, pinch in and out. I've got a Band-Aid on my thumb, so it's kind of tough to pinch in and out on that one. But you have this trimmer here, so you could choose how long. So if you only need a 30-second countdown, you could do that. Or if you needed a 7-minute and 30-second, you could do that with the 10-minute timer. Someone write in the comments, tell me what would a 7-minute and 30-second timer be useful for? There's someone's got an idea out there, I'm sure.
I guess spelling bee competition. I have no idea. I was never good at spelling.
You got the white and the black there to choose from, and that's how you choose them.
And I would recommend just be thoughtful about how long you're making your audience wait. I think 5 minutes is a pretty long time. I would never do more than 5 minutes. I would do 5 minutes if I'm finishing setting up and my it's time for me to go live. That way people know you're still going live. More than that, it's you're gonna lose engagement. You're gonna lose your audience. So Cool. Thanks, Dan.
So yeah, that's yeah, of course that's for like an intro video, but there's other times like the live selling is one thing that we mentioned there. You know, obviously these things can be used for anybody, but you know, like there might be like a, hey, order now for however much off, and like there's a 10-minute timer for that sale or something. So there's other reasons to use the timers.
Yep.
But yep.
Cool. Okay. Here.
I saw this one up here also from Semi-Pro Live. Says, are you using a filter? I think you're talking about when I had this up here. This is another, again, in that kind of in the I'm doing it without actually showing you. So I come back over here again in the card. This is just using this 2 views. So it's this one right here where I can choose my 2 camera. And if I come down, I should be able to dim this here. So that's how I'm using the dimmer, or how I'm adjusting that, and then you can change your colors and everything. So yeah, that's how I get that. That's kind of how I do that intro stuff. I figure you can get to that one real quick.
Yep, cool. Well, I'm for me it says redacted, so I couldn't read it. I don't know why it says that.
Wait, what?
On YouTube, for me, it says redacted. They may have deleted it. And
they might have deleted it. That's interesting.
All right, here's one, and we talked about a little bit about this beforehand from Tom's Pictures over here on YouTube. What's the newest update on Switcher Studio? Well, if you're talking about 7.0, that's where we introduced multi-streaming. You can stream to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. Dan, there's something else added in that one. That was the biggest one. And if you haven't heard, that one's been out for just 2.5 months, so we're still finding people are becoming aware.
I'm trying to think what else.
But that was the biggest one. We do have 8.0 coming here sometime this summer, and you've probably seen some social posts kind of teasing it a little bit. We will say that you'll probably see the logos there, and you can speculate what that means. So
it's very cool. It's a very cool thing, and don't worry, there's stuff in there for everybody. Not just I know I mentioned the live selling already. Don't worry, there's stuff in 8.0 for everybody. As you know, like 6.0 we had some live selling stuff. 7.0 we had was just a quality of life improvement for everybody. 8.0 is going to have a little bit of both, and don't worry, we're not forgetting about our core users here. You guys are always going to be top of mind as we are adding stuff to Switcher Studio. This is something we've been working hard on for a long time, and we're really excited to get out. So hopefully, this summer we can, or hopefully soon, and we'll get it out. We can
sooner
talk more
than
about
later.
it.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Tim. Cloud recording was in 7.0.
Okay.
Cloud recording.
Yeah.
That just multi-streaming kind of like takes the trump card there. So, all right, lots of questions coming in here. We'll hop over here to Facebook. Jasminder asked, can we add a browser as a source?
Yes, absolutely. You want to take this one? Looks like you're getting ready to go for
have at it. Go for it. You're probably going to show them something on there, right?
Well, the software is called SwitcherCast. So, Tim, if you're in the comments here on Facebook, we're on Facebook here. If you could add just SwitcherCast, so you can bring in a Mac or PC screen as a source. You can also bring in an iPhone or an iOS device as a source using iOS screen sharing, and that'll just display whatever's on the screen. So, for instance, I have over here, here is a view of my computer, and I have the Switcher Studio dashboard up. And as you can see, this thing in front here, this is this is SwitcherCast. So this is, you just run it. I'm running this on my computer. You can download it from the Switcher Studio dashboard. If you I'm sure if you search SwitcherCast on our website, it'll pop up too. But yeah, just have it on the same Wi-Fi network, have it running, and it'll show up as a source in Switcher, ready to be connected. And
hey, I'm going to ask a question while you're talking about SwitcherCast. There's a question from Pale. Is there a way to do picture-in-picture with a picture and a camera other than using SwitcherCast?
Say that again.
It's on Facebook here. Is there a way to do a picture-in-picture with a picture and a camera other than using SwitcherCast?
Yeah.
I didn't fully read the question, to be honest with you. I thought he meant with SwitcherCast. But
other than using SwitcherCast. Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's the same exact way. I see that question here. First, hopefully that answers that question. Yes, browsers can be used. I found it really interesting. People using, iOS screen sharing to like share a Twitter feed or something on as part of their live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of different ways you can do it. This just brings in the video, so no audio as well. There are ways to do that where you have to like route your audio out of your either iOS device or computer into a mixer and then have all your audio mixed into the main switcher device. But by default, it's just going to do the video, excuse me. Again, we also have the remote camera has screen sharing as well. So that's another way you could do it in. If you bring in your remote guest, the video chat with Switcher, you can share your screen that way as well.
Yep.
All right, so this one here, is there a way to do picture-in-picture? Here, let's just go through it here, because I'm pretty sure, like, if I come in and I go to multi-view, and we'll do a picture-in-picture. Is that like a certain one?
A B like that? I'm sorry, A B
right,
obviously.
Right? Like that is just
right. Yeah, right there.
Okay, this is the picture-in-picture. Yeah, you can choose whatever here. You can do let's just do select each time. And I can pick, like there, wrong one, losing my mind. I can pick like, let's pretend this is my background or something. And then here's my camera, that'll work.
Mm-hmm. That's the one that I use when I'm doing like tabletop gaming, like being able to see faces in the table.
Yeah. This one's cool because you can like adjust the corners and make it round and really, really customize it. Change the colors of the border, get rid of the border.
Fancy. Hopefully that helped there, Pale. Okay, I'm gonna hop over here to YouTube. Tim Hogg.
That's what I was reading.
Let's see. Director, switcher question. Our iPad is in the second booth close to our soundboard for audio connection. Is there a way to use a second iPad to do switching from another part of the sanctuary?
No, unfortunately, it's just that one device. So if you need to switch from somewhere else, you'd have to have that long audio run, like in that long XLR cable run to that iPad or that other spot. Unfortunately, we can't be switching from a different device and then streaming from this one. So, sorry, there's not I always try and come up with fun or creative solutions to this one, but this one is just a limitation of iOS and Switcher and everything in general. So,
all right, moving down here on YouTube. Florencio, record message authentication code Mac error when we try to broadcast live.
I think this is something to do with the networking.
Yeah, I remember there was a thing with the Mac error a few months ago.
I'm going to tell you, like, I could pretend to come up with the exact answer here. I'm trying to think through my mind what it is. Asia, if you're still watching this and you know the answer to this or where that error came up or could find like the response that we normally have that has the answers to this, if you could share that would be awesome. He's on YouTube. If not, you can always email support@switcherstudio.com and we'll help you out there. I think this is a networking thing that we can fix pretty easily, or it might have just been like a one-time thing that has now been resolved, but that's the best bet right now. And hopefully we can get a little more information to you on that one. I just don't want to start talking about something that is not relevant to the problem. But thank you for asking that.
Okay. And then just continuing to move down here. ECS
7 minutes. Sorry, I just see Asia's right below that is being the time. Yeah, that's.
See, you can ask your questions. You can ask for the definition in a sentence. Yeah, see, I got it. I know what I'm doing. ECS Eagles Sports. Morning, guys. I've never been able to catch you live. Need the best portable Wi-Fi for away football games. Last year had to restart a lot. Not good. Thanks, guys.
So I can talk a bit about this. It really depends on the area you're in. You're going to want to obviously pick a carrier who has the best coverage and service in your area. For us around here, I feel like we've had good results with AT&T. Of course, we're in Louisville, Kentucky. With AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile, honestly, all have been pretty good here. However, like one of the big things that you can do to mitigate some risks is pick up something like a Netgear Nighthawk, the M1 or the M5, or is it the M6 now? I think it's the M5. They have an Ethernet. They have an Ethernet plug on them, and what that allows you to do is create. We'll call it like a local network for your cameras to connect to, and then that device is freed up. The hotspot or portable Wi-Fi is just worried about sending the video out. So you can get like a more robust local network. For instance, in the past, what I've done for some of these is use the Google Puck system or like the Nest Wi-Fi and set up a mesh network. And those are great because they run off of USB-C. So you can get like some of those big Anchor power banks and you can run these things off of that and then plug the Ethernet out of the main one of those into the Netgear Nighthawk. So then your Google Pucks or whatever you're using for your mesh network or your main router are all like that's what's being used to send the video between the two or all your angles where it's like compiling and making sure the switches are working, and then we're sending the video out to that Nighthawk. So all that Nighthawk has to worry about is the whatever quality you're streaming at. So like if you're streaming 720, the 5 megabits of upload speed, that's all it needs to worry about instead of all that other stuff. Like, okay, I need to get video from every single one of my remote cameras, send it to the main device. I need that main device to process that video and then send it up to the Nighthawk, and then the Nighthawk has to send it out. So it really does make things a lot easier if you can get one of those hotspots with the Ethernet port on them and then set up your own little local network. That's a big question.
Good.
Yeah, we as well have had some talks about networking on here. We're going to be doing some more live streams in the future with Jared on our team, who is an expert in some of these areas as well. So the first one we'll be doing is audio, but we can get him in for some networking stuff, and we should probably talk about that some more as well.
We did have him on a little while ago, and we did a whole video about networking. You can probably scroll back here on YouTube and find that. I think it was maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, it was more like that was more for house of worship and things like that, which is,
it might give you some ideas,
a lot of the,
but
exactly. You're exactly right, Matt. A lot of the basics and foundation of like, here's what to look for when things go wrong and how to make sure it's going to work really well. I'd also recommend try and go out to these places beforehand and do a test.
Yes.
And try and make it be a real world test. Like, don't go at 2 p.m. on a Monday when games are Friday nights at 6 p.m. when there's a ton more people in the stadium, or are they stadiums for football? Yeah,
you can say stadium for the pitch. Yeah, no stadium. And I know it'd be difficult doing away games, depending on how far they are traveling there. But as much as you're able, just try to like test beforehand. That'll help you a lot. Cool. Great question. And honestly, more to come from us. We're going to get Jared on here to help, like Dan said. I'm going to just jump ahead a little bit here. Asia says to Florencio to go ahead and write into support because the Mac error could be a few different reasons. So
cool. There she is. Thank you, Asia,
Thanks, Asia,
for that one.
Appreciate that. Okay.
I knew you would have the answer for us.
Yeah.
I see this one from Billy says clock not long enough. That's kind of tough to say too. Clock not long enough. We could use a 20 to 30 minute timer. That's good feedback. Good to know. I can see if, talk to the engineers and stuff, see if that's something we could add in a longer timer.
We definitely write down a lot of the things you all suggest to be able to bring up and ask questions. But yeah, so it's a good one. Pale wants to know about
hold on, before we get to that one, I'm just curious, Billy, if you're still here, what sort of live stream are you doing that a 20 to 30 minute timer is useful for you? I'm just curious to hear. So if you could let us know, I'd be interested. All right, sorry, you go back to Pale had a question.
Pale is asking about collapsing hiding production groups.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, I see that here. Yeah, that I've sent some feedback as well on the production groups. I know this is something being talked about how we can improve this workflow. I don't have a timeline or what's coming with that, but I do like that idea a lot. Because if you do have a lot of productions, that can get, bogged down very quickly. So, yeah, it is a great idea as well. And something we can, if we have more information, we can at least pass that information along as well and see what's possible.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, I see someone asking about translating the talk in Spanish. We actually, fun fact, I don't know if it's out yet or if it's about to go out, but we have a whole bunch of our very frequently asked questions. We have created a Spanish kind of help center for that. So hopefully that comes out really soon, so you can pass that along.
We also have the Spanish speaking Facebook group as well.
Yes.
But you can, if you're not a part of it, you should absolutely be a part of that. So you are not forgotten. We are definitely looking for ways to people to communicate with more people. So those are a couple different ways you can, I guess, be involved or understand. So cool. Amos here on Facebook is asking about lower text moving, like moving text, scrolling text, I'm guessing is what they mean.
Yeah, that's another one that's been brought up. Right now, we kind of tell people the best way to do that is through the multi-views. So have like the A be the top part and then like the B be what would show on the screen. So yeah, not possible directly in Switcher. Sorry, I'm like seeing like I saw another question I was getting ready to answer, so like my mind's all over the place. I need to just stop, take a breath, read Amos' question here. Yeah, so like this is called a ticker as well. So I can show you again. Like I've created one in Switcher on the secondary device, and it would be this one right here, where and I'll edit it so you can see. Which one? Actually, let me just show you from here. Come in, multi-view, 2 views, and it is this one I'm using here, right? Yeah, it's this one. And I just adjust it like so, and then adjust the positioning so that the A is your live video, and then the B would be like something you're screen sharing via iOS screen sharing or Switcher Cast, and then you can have that scrolling text down there. You can also look at the getting rid of a black background in Switcher. It might be lyrics, might be how it's talked about on the help center. That's another good spot for that sort of stuff.
Cool. Great question.
Good question.
All right. Hopping back over here on YouTube, Stephen Earl, would it be possible to get Twitch's social icons on the social section? I love it.
Hold on, sorry. I was seeing a question from Tim who says there's still some more articles to add, but here's the link. Oh, we do have it. Matt, could you share that, you think, in the comments or something?
Yep. As soon as I find out where that is.
And which question? Who was the question by that we're going to talk about?
Well, hold on. I'm changing screens here. Stephen Earl on YouTube.
Okay, I'll find that one as we're doing this. Trying to make sure we get to all your questions here, folks. We'll be here for a little bit longer. Oh, that's the other one I was kind of looking at. Yeah, you're right. Would it be possible to get Twitch's? I had to go in here and look. I'm like, is it not in there? Like, I feel like it should be. Yeah, we'll write that down. I'll
I wrote that down. Absolutely.
Yeah, we can
a good call.
Provide the feedback. That I don't know why it's not there. It probably should be. So yeah, I think that is something we could probably get in there.
I can't post links on YouTube because I don't have permission. So Claire, if you would post that link that Tim put in Slack over there about the Spanish speaking help center, it'd be awesome.
Tag her too. Yeah. So she knows it's there.
Real time here. Real time stuff.
Real time.
Okay, we talked about scrolling texts already. how do you add extra lower thirds? Okay, so Tom's Pictures on YouTube asks, how do you add extra lower thirds? Is possible.
Oh, that's the scrolling text one. We just talked about that.
We covered. Yeah,
that
a
was
couple
also
people
Tom's
asked that,
Pictures, though.
A little bit lower. Next one.
Yep. How do you add extra lower thirds? And let me show you the lower thirds here. Excuse me. Okay, Claire's got it in there. Cool. So yeah, lower thirds are obviously like things like this. Let me go back to solo so we can see it better. Like this could be a lower third. You can just add these very easily by plus icon, text and graphics, lower thirds. Here's how you would add them. Something here, we'll just pretend like this is someone we needed to be a part of this broadcast. Something you can do here is you can do a long hold on it and go to duplicate, and then you can edit the second one so you have all your colors are exactly the same there. They're in the same position if you need multiple in the same position, and you can adjust that secondary one. So that's just a long hold on it and go in there and tap edit.
Good to know. They may be asking about adding more than one lower third at the same time. I guess you can make it smaller and
maybe add extra lower thirds at the same time. You can just tap on all the lower thirds you want. We'll just add a ton. Here we go.
Yep.
Here's 5 at live at the same time.
And you can change position, change size, put them wherever you want them to be on your screen.
Yeah, that looks great.
Hopefully
I did it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just like you would.
Good questions, guys. Appreciate all these coming in today.
Good question. Okay. I see a shout out here from Chicago Bears 360. Just wanted to shout you guys out. Turning off the record feature saved my storage on my iPad and show. Awesome. That's good
love to hear. That's so good.
Yeah, I think I remember talking about that not long ago. So that's great.
I see right below him the famous Facebook user coming in. Chris, link your Switcher Studio or link your Facebook to Switcher Studio, and that should do it.
It should be.
I know he streams for a bunch of different
maybe that's what it is.
Groups and stuff, so it might be tough. But hello, everyone. Once again,
hello.
Seeing some more hi hellos.
If you're just joining us, please ask your questions. Dan and I do this every Monday. We alternate on the Facebook pages between the main page and our group, and we're live every Monday on YouTube. So thank you all for joining us in the places that you are. Hope you're going to have a great week, and hopefully we can help you all make better live streams. So.
All right, let's talk about this one really quick. I see Mr. Answer PR. It says like a timer for basketball. Yeah. And this is one of those things where that would be really cool to have in here, but we want to make sure things like this are very easy for you and the users to do. So we have to make sure that that's possible before we can just be like, okay, here's a timer. Because if you think about it, right now from Switcher Studio, you have to monitor the stream. You're adding all your lower thirds and graphics. You're switching camera angles. You're probably updating the scoreboard. And on top of that, right now, you'd have to also, monitor the start and stop of the clock and adjusting it as needed, because you're probably not going to be perfectly in sync with the people there. So that's one of those times where I recommend looking to a different solution for this. Either pointing a camera at the scoreboard in the stadium or the arena, or if the computer or software that is running the scoreboard has we can add switchercast to that, which we talked about earlier. That could be another way. Or just have your announcers, or if you have play-by-play guys, have them constantly reminding people of how much time's left and the score and everything.
I would definitely check out our enthusiast group if you're not a part of that. There are a lot of creative solutions to having the timer on
this up.
your overlay.
I need to.
There you go. Yeah, definitely what Dan said. It will be one less thing that you'll have to worry about when you're live, because we know that there's a ton to worry about already, and just trying to make it easy for you all. And I mean, this is definitely something that we all have talked about, but we want to find the best way for you all to make it happen. So, and then same here.
More kind of features and stuff. Yeah, if this is stuff you guys want, I think someone put in like the request link. That's the best way to get ideas to us right now, or things that you're trying to accomplish that you're not able to right now. So yeah, check that link. I think it's probably Claire over there on YouTube put it out there for us. Thanks, Claire.
Yep, it is. Okay.
Again, this is an interesting idea, being able to disconnect guests manually. Can't you do that? Can I like make you go away?
Don't you dare make me leave.
I guess I could just, leave the room, update the link, but yeah, just having someone that's interesting. I will say you can, of course, mute that person and just not show them on screen. Right. If needed, like if someone's being offensive or saying something they shouldn't be saying.
And that more or less is going to, I mean, it doesn't boot them completely, but like you remove them from your live stream. So
yeah, that is a good thought, though. I find that very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Just moving right below that here from Keith. What's the chance of seeing some sort of instant replay?
You're gonna have to give me a second, because
no, you're good.
I went away from that, so now all of my comments are out of order. I regret everything I've done. Was this on YouTube or Facebook?
Facebook. Sorry. See, Dan controls all the comments. I just start chatting, and he usually.
I assume it's this one here.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There it is. Got it. Hey, Keith. That's not in the pipeline as of now. I would never count it out, but. I know that some people will do a screen share of a YouTube, and it's a lot of work, but being able to like go backwards on a YouTube video and show it on your live stream. But yeah, it's kind of the only workaround I can think of.
Yeah. I'm not going to rule it out, though. Like this is something we could find a breakthrough and get in there really easily. But right now, this is, as Matt said, the best way would be to show like an iOS screen sharing or something of the stream, especially on like YouTube. I think you're able to do like live playback, so you can scrub back and replay things.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll just keep moving down here on Facebook. Pavel says, is there any option to see more than 2 guests in a video chat? The remote guest can't see all the people in the room.
Yeah, they should. I'd have to go back. I'm always the person on this side, like controlling the remote guest, so or controlling the guest room or the video chat. So I would have to think about that a little more. Of course, they see whatever's live as well, right, Matt? You're seeing that. You're seeing all the stuff on screen. So
yep.
I thought this showed everybody.
I know that there's some work coming along with the remote guest and the like, what do they call it, green room type thing?
Yeah.
Just stand by for that. I don't know if that's going to solve your question here, but things are coming.
I see also from Pale, can director mode be not set to record the camera angles? That's the whole point of director mode, is being able to, what happens during director mode is we stream at a lower quality, and the main switching device is creating a log of all those cuts that you make while you're live, and like all the assets you add, pre-recorded video, things like that. But then afterwards, we need those remote cameras. We need those angles from those, because those are higher quality than the live recording, so we can send them back to that main device and recompile. So no, for director mode, you need to have, we need to be able to record those remote cameras.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Updated scoreboard. Oh, no,
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I saw that too. Yeah, someone saying updated scoreboards. Again, get us the feature request in for what you're seeing and what would be really useful, and we can see what's possible. Right now, that's not coming right now, but again, it's not something we're saying no to, because I know this is something that a lot of people have asked for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I did see this one here about like what DJI Osmo they should use. Both of them work great. So if you can find one of the older ones for cheaper, that might be a good option. Of course, that device might become obsolete faster. Like the DJI might start stopping to help service it or support that device earlier than the other one. So if possible, I'd get the newest ones, but they're all going to do generally the same type of same thing for all of these devices.
Yep. David here says 3 can be difficult to balance, but the 4 and 5 are much better. They have a heavier duty gimbal motor.
Oh, good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
done 4 and 5.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I had a DJI 3. We had it when we were doing a golf tournament out in Lake Tahoe, and we ended up having to take like just random bits of metal that we had, like from like extra clamps and stuff. And we had to like Velcro it onto the side to get it to. So now that you say it, yeah, I think I have heard that, and I've definitely run into that. So yeah, I like that answer. Thank you, David, for that extra little bit of input.
Yeah, I've only played with 3, and I haven't done a ton with it, but I mean, no golf outings, but no extra metal added to it. Okay, let's see here. We'll hop over.
Chris agrees here too, saying boot from video chat room. That's really that's not something I hadn't thought of, but I like that a lot. I think it's interesting. So yeah, we'll see what's possible. We'll get back to you guys.
Okay.
I can do this one really quickly. What's the chances of taking Switcher to a desktop version or hardware? Pretty low right now. I don't say 0 because these Macs and iPods. Why am I saying iPods? iPads.
Well, rest in peace, iPod. But yeah,
rest in peace, iPod for sure. No, these iPads are getting closer with like the M1 chips and stuff. So just the way that Switcher connects and talks, it's not really viable via a computer. So that's why we're sticking with the iOS mobile first setup. But this, of course, things could change. Apple could be like, surprise, the iPad and MacBooks are now exactly the same or something, in which case we could probably figure something out. But not 0, but I would say closer to 0.
Not right now.
Yes, not right now.
Yeah. Good question. I think it's good for us to address that every now and then, make sure we're all on the same page. But as soon as we know anything different, we'll let you all know. So, Dan, are you sad the iPods are going away?
I am. I can tell. I had the iPod Classic, and I love that thing. It had.
There's still I still enjoy the idea of it. Like, no, that way just the music's there, and I'm not distracted by anything else. It's just the music.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Not to mention, so Nick, our CEO, myself, and I think honestly Ernesto was a part of it too at our university. We were all kind of involved in the Bellarmine radio, and we had some local artists come in and do recordings, and I had taken some of those recordings and put them onto my iPod, and when that thing finally crashed, I was devastated because I had so much stuff on it, and it's all gone. And don't want to talk about it.
My kids left mine out in the rain one time. They're using it as a phone, and they left it outside, and it got rained on, and it was over. That was it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we're kind of wrapping up here on questions, which is cool. We want to do these things as long as you all have questions. So, if you haven't already, please head over to the App Store and give us a review. We'd love to hear more from you about what you like and what you don't like, or whatever. reviews really help us. So please do that. If you haven't joined our Discord, you should do so. We're there chatting away. Love for you to be a part of that. I'll send a link here real quick. And Dan
are you like closing this up? I should start the outro music.
I don't see like a lot of questions here, so I feel
hopefully we got them for you guys. Let me get rid of that one and start this out music. Go for it, Matt.
Yeah. Hey, Dan and I are working on doing an audio broadcasting blueprints where we talk about different mixer soundboards, and I know a lot of you use the Behringer 32X, and some of you are using the Rodecaster Pro, and so we want to be able to just kind of give you a walkthrough on how to set those up, how we would set up microphones, etc. So be on the lookout for that in the next few months or so. Next month or so. We would love for you just to let us know any ideas you have, things you'd like to see. I think that's about it. Dan, thank you so much for your knowledge. Everyone, thank you for your questions. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Sorry, I saw someone just say I might have missed my answer. And I'm going back. I'm going to try and do it before the outro music. Any update? Sorry there, Darian. Any updates coming where you can customize sizing and multi-view windows? You can do some minor adjustments in there right now. Go in there and check them out. But yeah, for full-on adjustments, not possible quite yet. If you send support at switcherstudio.com. That's for everybody out there. If we didn't get to your question, support at switcherstudio.com. You can email us and we'll help you out. If you like, write up a thing like an MS Paint even or something of what you're looking for, and we can see what we can do to add it in there.
Only Microsoft Paint, please.
Only Microsoft Paint.
Okay, cool. Everyone, thank you so much, Dan. Thanks. And we will see you all next week. Have a good week.
Take care, everyone.